Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayantirya Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamam Shloke Bhavati Naishtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 22, text Chapter 22 entitled The Descendants of Ajameda, text 33 onwards. Tau tata svadhrayam abhimanyu rajayata sarvatirat jidvira utrayam tato bhavan. My dear King Parikshit, your father Abhimanyu was born from the womb of Subhadra as a son of Arjuna. He was a conqueror of all Ati Rathas, those who could fight with 1,000 charioteers. Wow. From him by the womb of Uttara, the daughter of Viradraj, you were born. After the Kuru dynasty was annihilated in the battle of Kurukshetra, you also were about to be destroyed by the Brahman's atomic weapon released by the son of Dronacharya. But by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, you were saved from the death. And then he says, my dear king, your four sons, Janmejaya, Shutasena, Bhimasena, and Ugrasena, are very powerful. Janmejaya is the eldest. Because of your death by the Takshak snake, your son Janmejaya will be very angry and will perform a sacrifice to kill all the snakes in the world. Means it is already foretold by Shukdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. After conquering throughout the world and after accepting Tura, the son of Kalash, as his priest, Janmejaya will perform Ashwamedh Yajna, for which he will be known as Turag Medhasat. The son of Janmejaya, will known as Shatanik, will learn from Yagyavalkya, the three Vedas, and the art of performing ritualistic ceremonies. He will also learn the military art from Kripacharya and the transcendental science from the sage Shonak. The son of Shatanik will be Sahasranika, and from him will come the son named Ashwamedhaj. From Ashwamedhaj will come Asim Krishna, and his son will be Nemi Chakra. When the town of Hastinapur, New Delhi, is inundated by the river, Nemi Chakra will live in the place known as Koshambi. Not Koshambi in Ghaziabad. I don't know where it is, Koshambi. His son will be celebrated as Chitrarath, and the son of Chitrarath will be Shuchirath. From Shuchirath will come the son named Vrishtiman, and his son Sushena will be the emperor of the entire world. The son of Sushena will be Sunita, and his son will be Nirichakshu, and from Nirichakshu will come a son named Sukhinal. The son of Sukhinal will be Pariplava, and his son will be Sunai. From Sunai will come a son named Medhavi, and from Medhavi Nripanjay. From Nripanjay Durva, and from Durva Timi. From Timi will come Brihadrath, from Brihadrath Sudas, and from Sudas Shatanik. From Shatanik will come Durdaman, and from him will come a son named Mahinara. The son of Mahinara will be Dandapani, and his son will be Nimi, and from him King Kshemak will be born. I have now described to you the moon god's dynasty, which is a source of Brahmins and Kshatriyas, and is worshipped by demigods and great saints. In this Kali Yuga, Kshemak will be the last monarch. Now I shall describe to you the future of the Maagad dynasty. Sahadev, the son of Jarasandh, will have a son named Marjari. From Marjari will come Shrutashrava, and from Shrutashrava, Yutayu, and from Yutayu, Nirmitra. The son of Nirmitra will be Sunakshatra. From Sunakshatra will come Brihatsen, and from Brihatsen, Karmajit. The son of Karmajit will be Sutanjaya. The son of Sutanjaya will be Vipra, and his son will be Shuchi. The son of Shuchi will be Kshema. The son of Kshema will be Suvrata. The son of Suvrata will be Dharmasutra. From Dharmasutra will come Sama, and from Sama, Dyumatsena. From Dyumatsena, Sumati, and from Sumati, Subal. From Subal will come Sunitha. From Sunitha, Satyajit. From Satyajit, Vishwajit. And from Vishwajit, Ripunjaya. All of these personalities will belong to the dynasty of Brihadrat, which will rule the world for 1,000 years. So, in Kali Yuga, when the Kali Yuga starts, they'll rule. So it's about like 4,000 years ago. This is a history of monarchy that began with Jarasan and continues for 1,000 years as the above-mentioned kings appear on the surface of the globe. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of 9th Canto, 22nd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Descendants of Ajamila. Now we'll start chapter 23, the dynasties of the sons of Yayati. Next one. Shukdev Goswami said, Anu, the fourth son of Yayati, had three sons named Sabhanar, Chakshu, and Pareshnu. Sing from Sabhanar came a son named Kalanar, and from Kalanar came a son named Srinjaya. From Srinjaya came a son named Janmejaya. From Janmejaya came Mahashal. From Mahashal, Mahamana, and from Mahamana, two sons named Ushinar and Titikshu. The four sons of Ushinar were Shibi, Var, Krimi, and Daksha. From Shibi again came four sons named Vrishadrab, Sudhira, Madra, and Kekea. The son of Titikshu was Rushadrata, and from Rushadrata came Homa, and from Homa Sutapa, and from Sutapa Bali. By the semen of Dirghatma in the wife of Bali, the emperor of the world, six sons took birth, namely Anga, Vanga, Kalinga, Suhma, Pundra, and Odra. These six sons, headed by Anga, later became kings of six estates in the eastern side of India. These estates were known according to the names of their respective kings. From Anga came a son named Kalpan, and from Kalpan came Divirat. From Divirat came a son named Dharmarat, and his son was Chitrarat, who was celebrated as Romapad. Romapad, however, was without issue, and therefore his friend Maharaja Dashrath gave him his own daughter named Shanta. Romapad accepted her as his daughter, and therefore thereafter she married Rishashringa. When the demigods from the heavenly planets failed to shower rain, Rishashringa was appointed the priest for performing a sacrifice after being brought from the forest by the allurement of prostitutes, who danced staged theatrical performances accompanied by music, and embraced and worshipped him. After Rishashringa came, the rain fell. Thereafter, Rishashringa performed a sun-giving sacrifice on behalf of Maharaja Dashrath, who had no issues, and then Maharaja Dashrath had sons. From Romapad, by the mercy of Rishashringa, Chaturanga was born, and from Chaturanga came Prithulaksh. The sons of Prithulaksh was Brihadrat, from Brihadrat, Brihatkarma, and Brihadbanu. From the eldest Brihadrat came a son named Brihanmana, and from Brihanmana came a son named Jayadrat. The son of Jayadrat by the womb of his wife Sambhuti was Vijay, and from Vijay Dhriti was born. From Dhriti came Dhritavrit, and from Dhritavrit Satkarma, and from Satkarma Adhiratha. While playing on the bank of the Ganges, Adhiratha found a baby wrapped up in a basket. The baby had been left by Kunti because he was born before she was married. Because Adhiratha had no sons, he raised this baby as his own. This son was later known as Karna. So all the jigsaw puzzle points are coming together. O king, the only son of Karna was Vrishasen. Ruyu, the third son of Yayati, had a son named Babru, and the son of Babru was known as Setu. The son of Setu was Arabdha. Arabdha's son was Gandhar, and Gandhar's son was Dharma. Dharma's son was Dhrit. Dhrita's son was Durmad, and Durmada's son was Pracheta, who had 100 sons. The Prachetas, the sons of Pracheta, occupied the northern side of India, which was devoid of Vedic civilization, and became kings there. Yayati's second son was Turvasu. The son of Turvasu was Vahani. The son of Vahani, Bharga. The son of Bharga, Bhanuman. The son of Bhanuman was Tribhanu, and his son was magnanimous, Karandhama. Karandhama's son was Marut, who had no sons, and who therefore adopted a son of the Puru dynasty, Maharaja Dushman, as his son. Maharaja Dushman, desiring to occupy the throne, returned to his original dynasty, the Puru dynasty, even though he had accepted Marut as his father. O Maharaj Parikshit, let me now describe the dynasty of Yadu, the eldest son of Maharaja Yayati. This description is simply supremely pious, and it vanquishes the reactions of sinful activities in human society. Simply by hearing this description, one is freed from all sinful reactions. So in Maharaj Yadu's dynasty came Krishna. Yatravatirano Bhagavan Paramatma Narakritihi Yato Yado Sahasrajit Kroshta Nalo Ripuriti Shutaha Chatvara Sunavastatra Shatajit Prathamatmaja Mahahayo Renu Hayo Hahayas Cheti Tatsutaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the Supersoul in the hearts of all living entities, descended in his original form as a human being in the dynasty or family of Yadu. Yadu had 4 sons named Sahasrajit, Kroshta, Nal, and Ripu. Of these 4, the eldest Sahasrajit had a son named Shatajit, who had 3 sons named Mahahaya, Renuhaya, and Haihaya. So Prabhupada says in the purport, learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. The majority of transcendentalists understand only the impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma, for the personality of Godhead is very difficult to understand. So out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. The yogis and jnanis, that is, the mystic yogis and the impersonalists, can understand the absolute truth as impersonal or localized. But although such realized souls are above ordinary human beings, they cannot understand how this supreme absolute truth can be a person. Therefore, it is said that out of many siddhas, the souls who have already realized the absolute truth, one may understand Krishna, who exactly resembles a human being. This human form was explained by Krishna himself after he manifested the Virata Rupa. The Virata Rupa is not the original form of the Lord. The Lord's original form is Dvibhuj Shyamasundar, Murridhara, the Lord with 2 hands playing a flute. The Lord's forms are proof of his inconceivable qualities. Although the Lord maintains innumerable universes within the period of his breath, he is dressed with the form exactly like that of a human being. That does not mean, however, that he is a human being. He looks like a human being, but he's not an ordinary human being. This is his original form, but because he looks like a human being, those with a poor fund of knowledge consider him an ordinary person. The Lord says, Avajananti mam moda. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be. By the Lord's Param Bhavam or transcendental nature, he is all-pervading Paramatma, living in the core of the hearts of all living entities, yet he looks like a human being. Mayavad philosophy says that the Lord is originally impersonal but assumes a human form and many other forms when he descends. Actually, however, he is originally like a human being. And the impersonal Brahman consists of the rays of his body. Yasya prabha prabhavato jagatanda koti. So he's not Brahm Jyoti. Brahm Jyoti is just effulgence of his body. Originally, he's a person and he appears in the human form. The son of Hehe was Dharma and the son of Dharma was Netra, the father of Kunti. From Kunti came a son named Sohanji. From Sohanji came Mahishman, and from Mahishman, Bhadrasena. The sons of Bhadrasena were known as Durmad and Dhanak. Dhanak was the father of Kritavirya and also of Kritagni, Kritavarma, and Kritoja. The son of Kritavirya was Arjun. He, Kartavirya Arjun, became the emperor of the entire world, consisting of 7 islands, and received mystic power from Dattatreya, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus he obtained the mystic perfections known as Ashtasiddhi. So he was the one, Kartavirya Arjun, who was killed by Parshurama. No other king in this world could equal Kartavirya Arjun in sacrifices, charity, austerity, mystic power, education, strength, or mercy. For 85,000 years, Kartavirya Arjun continuously enjoyed material opulences with full bodily strength and unimpaired memory. In other words, he enjoyed inexhaustible material opulences with the 6 senses for 85,000 years. No wonder people say this is all mythology. We cannot even imagine this thing. Of the 1,000 sons of Kartavirya Arjun, only 5 remained alive after the fight with Parshurama. Their names were Jayadhwaja, Shurasena, Vrishab, Madhu, and Urjita. Jayadhwaj had a son named Tala Jangha, who had 100 sons. All the Kshatriyas in that dynasty, known as Tala Janga, were annihilated by the great power received by Maharaja Sagar from Urva Rishi. Of the sons of Tala Jangha, Vitihotra was the eldest. The son of Vitihotra named Madhu had a celebrated son named Vrishni. So Vrishni Vansh. Madhu had 100 sons, of whom Vrishni was the eldest. The dynasties known as Yadu, Madhav, and Vrishni had their origin from Yadu, Madhu, and Vrishni. O Maharaj Parikshit, because Yadu, Madhu, and Vrishni each inaugurated a dynasty, the dynasties are known as Yadav, Madhav, and Vrishni. The son of Yadu, named Kroshta, had a son named Vrinjanvan. The son of Vrinjanvan was Svahit. The son of Svahit, Vishadgu. The son of Vishadgu, Chitrarath. And the son of Chitrarath, Shashbindu. The greatly fortunate Shashbindu, who was a great mystic, possessed 14 opulences and was the owner of 14 great jewels. Thus he became the emperor of the world. In the Markandeya Puran, the 14 kinds of great jewels are described as an elephant, a horse, a chariot, a wife, arrows, a reservoir of wealth, a garland, valuable costumes, trees, a spear, a nose, jewels, an umbrella, and regulative principles. To be the emperor, one must possess all 14 of these opulences. Shashabindu possessed them all. Now he'll say, what's the big deal about an umbrella? Well, all these things, they're not just simple umbrella or simple noose or simple spear. There are some special things about, special qualities. The famous Shashabindu had 10,000 wives, and by each he begot 1,00,000 of sons. Wow. 10,000 wives and 1,00,000 sons from each. Therefore, the number of his sons were 10,000 lakhs. Can you imagine that? 10,000 lakhs. So that's what? 1 trillion? Maybe more than that. Among these many sons, 6 were the foremost, such as Prithushrava and Prithukirti. The son of Prithushrava was known as Dharma, and his son was known as Ushna. Ushna was the performer of 100 horse sacrifices. The son of Ushna was Ruchak, and he who had 5 sons, Purujit, Rukma, Rukmeshu, Prithu, and Jyamak. Please hear of these sons from me. Jyamak had no sons, but because he was fearful of his wife, Shabya, he could not accept another wife. Jyamak once took from the house of some royal enemy a girl who was a prostitute, but upon seeing her, Shabya was very angry and said to her husband, "My husband, you cheater, who is this girl sitting upon my seat on the chariot?" Jyamak then replied, "This girl will be your daughter-in-law." Upon hearing these joking words, Shabya smilingly replied. Shabya said, "I am sterile and have no co-wife. How can this girl be my daughter-in-law? Please tell me." Jyamak replied, "My dear queen, I shall see that you indeed have a son, and this girl will be your daughter-in-law." So husbands are always afraid of their wives. Long, long ago, Jyamak had satisfied the demigods and Pithas by worshipping them. Now, by their mercy, Jyamak's words came true. Although Shabya was barren, by the grace of the demigod, she became pregnant and in due course of time gave birth to a child named Vidarbha. Before the child's birth, the girl had been accepted as a daughter-in-law, and therefore Vidarbha actually married her when he grew up. She is so older than him, but he still married her. So thus ends Bhaktivedanta purports of 9th canto, 23rd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Dynasties of the Sons of Yayati. So tomorrow we will start the last chapter of 9th canto, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now he is going to appear. Not yet appear, is which dynasty and how he will come, that will be described. And then we'll start the 10th canto. So thank you all very much. See anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, so we'll stop here. You all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri.
Hare Krishna.